Hello and welcome to Estimate by Parakeeto. I'm so excited to show you how to get started. The first step is to connect your Harvest account to Parakeeto, and we'll start syncing your data. Now, this part might take a few minutes, so just check the bottom of the screen here. You'll see that it will be loading in your tasks and projects. Give it a few minutes if you've got lots of data. And once it's done, your first step here is to select historical projects to use as comparables. Now, the important thing here is that you need at least two, but you can choose as many as you'd like, and we encourage you to choose more than two. It'll help make the accuracy of the estimate higher. Now, what's important about a comparable project here is not that the fees or the hours are similar to what you're estimating. It's actually just that the type of work is the same. So for example, if you're estimating a website, you'll just want to pick other websites, regardless of whether or not they're larger or smaller in scope than the one that you're estimating now. So in this case, you'll see I'm selecting 5 websites, and they're all kind of very wide in terms of the variety of scope and price, but that's totally fine. So I'm going to select those 5 projects, and I'm going to pull them in, and now I can get started tweaking my estimate. So the first thing to pay attention to here is understanding that we can lock one of two values. We can lock the client budget or the hourly rate. And so if we lock the client budget, what that's going to do is it's going to make our hourly rate variable. So as we make changes to our estimate, you'll see that the hourly rate is impacted. And if we want to lock the hourly rate, then the client budget will become variable. Okay. And as we make those changes, you notice that, our data point here on the graph moves around, and we can see exactly how for each task and for the project as a whole, our estimate stacks up against previous projects that we've done. Now, if we have a data point here that feels like an outlier, we can easily hide it, and that will readjust the line of best fit for us using the eyeball button here. Of course, we can also change those projects just by clicking on the pencil here next to projects. We can select or unselect more projects and really tweak our data set. Now, one thing that you might notice about your data, especially if you've got a lot of historical projects, is that maybe you've called the same task different things over the years and you want to merge them into one. So in this case, we've got 2 versions of Designer, and we really just want one. So we can click on the little 3-dot menu here and then merge these together. And you'll see here now that we have one additional service merged into this, and we can of course undo that just by clicking here. So once we've moved our data points around and we're happy with the values that we've set, we're happy with our estimate, now what we can go ahead and do is save it, of course, give it a name and save it. We can recall our saved estimates here in the side menu, which is searchable. We can create a duplicate if we want to create an alternate version. And finally, we can share this with colleagues by creating a link here, which will allow them to view a view-only version of this estimate. So they can hover over the data points, see the historical projects that we use as comparables and where we stand, but they can't make changes to the budget, the hours, or anything like that. So it's a great way to get some feedback from your clients on your estimate. So with that, that's kind of the quick crash course on how to use the product. If you have any questions at all, hit us up in the support chat here, and we'll be standing by to answer your questions. Thank you so much for giving Estimate by Parakeeto a try, and we hope it creates tons of value for you. Look forward to hearing from you very soon. Cheers.